Let's end this on a high note, huh?
Hey everyone, the new Spider-Man Brand New Day movie has finally released. And now that the Hulk is finally back, why not I show all of you how you can create your very own $100 room decor without actually paying anything and only using these materials. I'm calling to all of you, Marvel fans, innovators, artists, to join me on this new journey so you can enhance your artistic skills and add a brand new exhibit to your collection. Enough waiting, let's begin. Right, let's begin stage 1. You'll first need something called food grade paperboard. These you can find in cereal boxes, and in my case, I have a cake box. The idea is you'll have 2 of these cardboard sheets, and one side will have Hulk, one side will have Bruce Banner. Now you can either draw these characters, or there's a second option. If you head down below to the description, you will see that I have created a PDF template which you can download and print, or simply trace from your screen if you don't have a printer. I have provided them in different styles depending on how realistic you want them to appear. Now I recommend you guys have this 38cm by 38cm food grade board because, first of all, for step 2 when we have to make the fist, you'll need a lot of space for the fist and the pictures. But our first step will be drawing a semicircle. So, get your ruler and compass out, and using your compass, adjust it to 11 centimeters for your radius. Then, do the same exact thing on the other piece of cardboard, so you'll have 2 semicircles right on the edge. When you will put these 2 pieces of cardboard right next to each other, it should look like this, as if you have a whole circle with 22 centimeters as its diameter. Okay, step 2 is if you want to trace your Hulk and Dr. Banner, you can get some baking or parchment paper, place it over your printed images, and trace it like this. You can do the same thing onto your screen if you don't have a printer, just be careful to not damage your screen. Then all you have to do is shade the back using a pencil or a charcoal stick, and turn it back around, place it over your food grade cardboard, and trace it once again. When you take off your parchment paper, if the result isn't very clear, you can go over it with your pencil. But what I'll do is toss all this away because drawing is way more fun than tracing. At least in my opinion. Now, once you're done with your Hulk, you can move on to drawing Bruce Banner. We're going to do this on the next sheet of cardboard, the left side in my case. But you know what? Let's speed this process up.
Sun's getting real low.
Okay, let's paint. Right, we have our Hulk and Bruce banner finally colored in. Great job for getting this far. There's only a couple of steps left for the stage. So you might be wondering, why have I drawn multiple lines through my drawings? Do I want to ruin my art? No, of course not. But what I will do is cut them into strips. By the way, the measurements are 6.3 for each section, the width, and the height is, as mentioned before, 38 centimeters. Oh, and remember when we drew the semicircles? Well, now it's time to cut them out. After that, you can simply throw them away along with the smaller pieces at the very edge because we won't need them. And once you have cut up all your... Wait a second. And once you have cut up all of your pieces, our next step should load any second now. In the beginning of the video, you might have noticed that the lenticular images I made are actually at a 90-degree angle, as they have a third and fourth side with a custom design. To achieve this result, we have to cut out 9 strips, which are 38 centimeters long and 6 centimeters wide. Once you have cut out all 9 of your strips, take one from the pile. This one we'll use to create our stencil. Now, I used 2 strips, but of course you can just use one. And I also drew it on my own. However, if you go back to the PDF I linked in the description, you'll see that there's a tracing template for this custom design. Feel free to create your very own and original design, but if not, you can use the same exact baking paper tracing technique which I used for the Hulk and Bruce banner images as an example. When you have your custom design ready, you can use a box cutter or a hobby knife preferably, or small scissors to cut the characters out. And when you apply the stencil to each of your remaining pieces, it could look something like this. Okay, back to full screen mode. We now have everything we need to assemble our lenticular image. What we're going to do first is get some normal transparent tape, this piece on the left, and any customized strip. What we're essentially going to do is form a staircase. Our first step of the staircase should look like this. So turn your strips around and stretch your tape over the middle where they meet to connect them. Now, for simplicity, let's call the banner image B and the customized strip C. What we'll do is connect C to B until all of our strips are finished. Now, it's sort of becoming part of a routine that after we are done with the banner, we can move on to the Hulk. But keep in mind, this piece right here will be the one that is pointed up while the rest go down at a right angle. It should look something like this. Right, this is what you should have in the end. Like I said, this will be at the top, like these, and then we'll be going down like a staircase. Right guys, next step is get either one of your characters. I have already done what I'm about to do to Hulk right there. If I zoom in, you might already see how the Hulk image aligns at a certain angle. Now Hulk is here just as a preview to what I'll show you with Bruce Banner, and once you're done with Bruce Banner, you can move on to the Hulk. So, since the main goal here is for the image to align at a 90-degree angle, we can do this using squares. You'll simply need to cut out 13 of these squares, each one being 6 by 6 centimeters. Oh, and also you'll need either a hot glue gun or super glue. Also, you might want to wear some protective gloves to not super glue your hands to the table, or just be careful not to touch the tip of the hot glue gun because it's hot. Do we have a deal? Amazing. Okay, so step 1, take any 2 of your squares and apply hot glue on one edge here, one edge there. Any edge, just they have to meet at one corner. They shouldn't be parallel, they should be at a right angle. Then, start from this point, for example. For reference, it's the one where there's the curve, the semicircle. And this part should go like this. This part with the design, it should point that way. And then turn it around so both edges get glue on them. And the corner there of the square should meet the corner created by these two sides. Next, you can apply the hot glue on the top edges of the same sides. Then I can add my piece right there. Now what I've done to this side, I've done to the adjacent side as well. After that, you can apply the same exact process to the other edge. Then, right behind the second and third square we glued at the front, you can glue another one at the back. Right, this is how it should look. Off camera I have changed a few things, but most of the parts I glued stay the same. For example, these squares, all 4 of them here, the same. However, at the top, only these 2 have stayed. The other ones I've simply attached to the back, like this. And this also has stayed the same, the back piece where we glued it here. Then, at the front, I've also attached all of these squares because I would like the picture to go more inwards so it actually aligns better. That's everything I did, and this is how it should look like in the end. Forbes banner. And for the other guy. Just add the remaining squares you have for both characters. Remember, you need 13 for each. And as you can see, when you align it at a right angle, it just becomes another flat piece, which is exactly how a lenticular image should work. Wait, you're still here? Well, I'm glad you stayed, because if you saw the thumbnail of this video, you would know that this is only the beginning. For those who have followed along, get ready, because after part 2, you will forget 3D printers even existed. No gamma radiation needed. A colossal, movie-accurate, realistic Hulk fist awaits you. And don't forget that you'll have access to all the necessary templates and steps. But the only way I believe I can make a clear and cohesive DIY tutorial for all of you will be if I have enough time to edit all my footage, which is why I'm splitting this process into 2 parts. That being said, if part 2 hasn't appeared on your screen yet, you will be notified when it does by smashing that subscribe button. Your support by watching these videos until the end truly motivates me to continue creating and making what seems complex simple. Now, what's a Hulk in a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man? I hope to see you all soon, and remember, don't stop creating.